So starting off, this is something I love to do when you're inside and you know that you're going to be at home the next day. That's to try a new hairstyle. So this doesn't have to be heatless, but heatless obviously is much better for your hair. There are so many tutorials online. It's normally waves and curls, but it's so much fun. It's a really good kind of therapeutic task, I think. And if it goes wrong and looks horrible the next day, then you can just get away with shoving it up into a bun or just walking around your house, you know, not being around anyone else. So yeah, this is something I love to do. Just have a bit of fun with it every now and then. Next up is a good old pamper. So rummage through your products, see what you can find. Face masks are obviously the go-to. Just a little bit of time with yourself, making your skin or hair or nails, whatever it is, just feel that little bit nicer. It doesn't take much out of your day and you can do other things while you're doing this. Number 3 is learning new recipes. So whether this is in cookbooks you have at home or one of the millions of online recipes, just learning something new, looking at ingredients that you like, seeing what new kind of stuff that you could create, and then make a list of what it is you'll need to create this, whether you can do this now or do this later down the line. It's a really good fun task to do that feels like you're being really productive as well. And then this leads on to number 4, which is to practice cooking. This is something as well, I think this is good for everyone's brain and I feel like everyone could get better at this, but cook yourself something nutritious and you'll thank yourself for it after. Number 5 is to create new playlists. The amount of music out there is obviously insane, and I just feel something that makes me feel really good is having a throwback to myself. So like create a playlist that's like noughties throwback or like R&B throwbacks, whatever makes you happy and throws you back and, you know, sets off like a good memory in your mind. So this is a classic one, trying a new look. I've gone for makeup because that's what I like to do. Have a look through your palettes or your makeup collection and see what colours you've always wanted to try, and try it where nobody's going to judge you, you know. Again, have a look at tutorials online. Just try something now that you have the opportunity and the freedom to, and it's going to make you feel fun and creative. And it doesn't have to be makeup, it can be clothes, it can be different ways of just experimenting with your style. Number 7 is reading a book. Whether this is something you've already started and trying to find that page where you left off because it was so many months ago, or just starting a new book entirely. Obviously this doesn't have to be a real book, you can do an audiobook, but just immersing yourself into a story is something that just takes you away and you realise how great it is to really get into a story. I think this is something that everyone who owns makeup brushes is guilty of, is not cleaning them regularly. So this is the perfect time to do this. I have a spray here, but you can do this so many other ways. You can do it with warm water and a bar of soap, with shampoo. Again, just have a little research, find different ways of doing it. But get those brushes clean, especially while you've got the time to let them dry, and your skin will also thank you for this because there's so much hidden bacteria. Number 9 is playing games, whether this is on your phone, on a console you have, or whatever, but the App Store is just full of games and The Sims mobile is insane. I love The Sims so much. Or you can play stuff like word games, get your brain going a bit, just look on the App Store and look at what there is out there for you. Number 10 is to meditate. Light some candles, you know, put some fairy lights on, set the setting a bit, just create a really relaxed, nice mood. And I like to use the app Headspace. You don't have to do this. There's loads on YouTube if you type in 10-minute meditation for anxiety, stress, whatever it is you might feel you want to relax for. Just get yourself set up and put headphones in and just get lost and just stop, turn everything off. Number 11 is learning a new skill. This is obviously a very, very wide spectrum of things you could learn, but for this example I'm using Photoshop because there's so many tutorials. You can literally learn anything online pretty much, whether it's a language, a bit of software, you know, whatever. And most places or softwares, whatever, have free trials, so it's not that far out of reach, and it's just getting your mind going and your brain bubbling a little bit. I thought have a tidy sounded nicer than cleaning, so that's what I used. But basically, my products get really cluttered and disorganized. My drawers, you know, everything, as I'm sure everyone else's does. So just having that little bit of organization, just making things a little bit more in line, just makes you and your surroundings feel better, and in turn making you feel better and kind of more productive as well. Number 13 is starting a new series. There's obviously tons and tons and tons out there. I use Netflix, there's still so many that I want to watch, but it's just one of those things when you have a bit of time, you're like, yeah, I can start a new series, so maybe a documentary as well, or you can rewatch an old series that just makes you happy, like Peep Show. Number 14 is clearing out your wardrobe. I feel like everyone could do this every few months, depending on what you like, especially as we're changing through seasons. It's just something that makes you feel like you've done a big task. Number 15 is find a podcast. Obviously podcasts are huge at the moment. They cover so many different topics. Having a look on Spotify or whatever you use at different categories and just seeing what interests you and what you can learn from people as well is another really interesting one. 16 is planning outfits. If you're just staying at home, you might not be wearing loads of outfits, but this is something I like to do that makes me feel more organised and saves time. So if you're planning outfits now, you could be planning them for the week or for occasions you might have coming up in the year, putting things together, seeing what matches in your wardrobe, and just kind of having that as a part in your head where you know that if you need an outfit, you can go grab something. Number 17 is a classic again, watching a film. So again, there's millions and billions and trillions of films out there, or you can go and find a new film. There's some really good YouTube accounts that recommend good films, like documentaries, learn something new, but just chill out and take the time to watch a good film. Number 18 is writing plans. Now this doesn't have to be like big crazy life plans, just small things that get them out of your head onto paper, you know, whether it's saving a bit of money, clearing some debt, little things. I'm sure everyone has got something that they could write down. You know, if it's goals, they're good to write. Get a notepad and pen and I bet you'll have something to write. Number 19 is do a home workout, so you don't have to have equipment to do home workouts. Obviously I'm using weights in this example, but if you type in to YouTube equipment-free workouts, there's so many. Whether it's 10 minutes, half an hour, just get your body moving, especially if you're staying at home. You will feel a lot better for it, both physically and mentally. Number 20 is to do a yoga video. This is something I'm no pro at all. I just like to do a 5-10 minute one, especially in the morning before I start working. My favourite YouTuber to watch is Yoga with Adrian. She's so chilled and easy to follow, and it just makes you move your body in ways that you didn't know you could and just get in touch with your breath, which in turn makes you feel a lot more relaxed. And enjoy being in your own company. You have to learn to be your own friend, but don't forget to communicate with other people as well. Then a toilet roll. Maybe some chocolate? Noodles. Just like packet noodles. So that's my top 20 things to kind of do when you're at home or isolated. I hope they help some people out because I know everyone is struggling in times like these. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys, and please subscribe and see you in my next video.